two things that really strike me. One is everyone is at a different level of consciousness, right? And that's so profound, because once we understand that there is acceptance, there is understanding, and a lot of the challenges that we see in the world today is all about around relationships. People having difficulty getting along with your own kith and kin, with your family, with your friends, with your immediate colleagues at work. And that is something that we really emphasize even in our program, in our sessions, is how can we bring that harmony, and that harmony aspect of that health, happiness, and harmony. And that harmony again goes back to realizing that, oh, everyone is at a different level of consciousness. And now we have science to even prove that, because if you look at our brain, the brain that we all have is actually not one brain. It has actually three different parts in our brain. And because we are a footprint of evolution, again, we're talking science here, so we actually have the reptilian brain, we have the mammalian brain, and the human brain. So if you imagine a brain structure like this, the bottom part is the reptilian brain, which is responsible for your survival of the fittest instincts, like aggression, dominance, food, reproduction, and basic instincts. And then we have the middle portion of the brain, which is the limbic system, the emotional brain, which evolved when we became the four-legged animals in the forest, right? And you see elephants, tigers, dogs, cats, they have some level of emotion, but not fully developed yet, right? But there is also the amygdala and hypothalamus and hippocampus there sitting and regulating our fight or flight or fear responses, because you're living in the forest, so your amygdala is kind of hyperactivated pretty much. And then on top of that is what you have, your prefrontal cortex, which is the human part of the brain, which makes us human, which allows us to be creative, find that meaning, find that purpose, and that willpower, and the ability to discriminate right and wrong, good and bad. These are the three things. Now, when we look at people out there, of course, Charles Darwin said we are a product of evolution. No one ever said that evolution is over. We are all in that process. And evolution is such a tricky thing, because you can't see what happened 30,000 years ago, and you cannot see what's going to happen 30,000 years from now. We, of course, see what's happening now, but there is a lot of stuff that happened. We all evolved, of course, from that single cell, or even before that, those biochemicals in the oceans and the rocks, which came together, and there is that self-organizing power which made us. But the unfortunate part is, we humans, because of this polluted mind, we forget that we have that ability to self-organize, self-regulate, self-empower, and self-realize. We forgot that. It's almost like there is this delusion. Ancient wisdom calls it Maya, right? The layer of delusion just came to us, and it's like you forget, or you forgot what your original nature is, your real source is. But we all have that. But unfortunately, in this process of evolution, I think some are still stuck here at the reptilian, some are still stuck here at the mammalian, and some are evolving. We all have that potential. But then the beauty of tools like meditation, when you really, through meditation, is a process of clearing those clutters, clearing those layers or Maya or that delusion. And my teacher Sunita always emphasizes, like, true meditation is cleansing the mind, cleansing from those impurities and purifying it. Just like, we have this white cloth here, when it has dots on it, obviously you cannot experience that purity. So the true meditation is cleaning those impurities of vices, and then bringing it to that silence. And in that silence is where the true transformation happens. And again, scientific research now supports that, because there are fMRI studies done on the brain in some of these top universities across the globe, where they're seeing that when you go into the deeper states of meditation, that there is change in the structure of the brain. They're seeing more activity in the prefrontal cortex and less activity in the amygdala and the emotional and limbic brain, which very clearly indicates that we have that self-regulating, self-organizing, self-empowering capacity in all of us, that potential is there, but hidden somewhere.